survival if there are less other males. So there are many different ways you can get into philosophy if you go down the philosophical path. But I would argue the question is more of like, you're saying it's thousands of years of religion. How do you know it's religion and not a neural imprint, just like we know sweets and sugars taste good, right? Like kids are born, they know certain things. We know what pain is. We see concern on kids' face when you make sad faces. When someone is hurt, they make a sad face. Undoubtedly, when you kill people, they make sad faces. We as humans have, at a neurological level, a mirroring capability. So I would argue just on that alone, it's bad because it makes you feel bad.
Why is slavery bad?
Because it makes you feel bad.
But it makes the slave owners feel good.
It doesn't make the slave owners feel good.
It definitely does, otherwise they
Actually, the slave owner has like a part of their brain that's missing, if anything. Or it's just the most innovational thing that you come up with at the time.
But
like, say, for instance, from that same perspective...
It's what every single civilization has done up until recently.
Yes, because every civilization has had a Joe Biden in their lives. It's not an argument. That's just shitty leadership.
Every civilization, including every single person that's on this space right now, because every single one of the pieces of electronics we're using is made with slave labor in China.
No. There's a different way to look at this.
Foxconn.
If you look at abundance, right? At a time when you didn't have abundance, slavery was a necessity, you could argue, and that's why societies did that at that time. There's a lot of things we've slowly evolved, quote unquote, evolved out of, but you could argue maybe we didn't evolve out of it. It's that it is no longer a necessity. And if it was a necessity again, we would, quote unquote, devolve back to it. But maybe that's less about...
Yeah, but if you were born 500 years ago, would you still have the same opinion on slavery as you do now?
No, my opinion being relative.
Actually, no. Yes. Okay, so here's a way out of this. Technically, slavery actually does still exist, and there's a way that can exist without it being a problem. Prisons. So say, for instance, by execution of what slavery is, you get no monetary reward of any kind for the fact that you've done work. You get your food, you get a fucking cell, and that's it. Why? Because you did something you did something stupid, so now you have to atone to society for what you've done. Here you go, we take you, put you into jail, but instead of you rotting away on the fucking taxpayer's dime, we put you to work, just like what they do in El Salvador. Technically, by execution, that is slavery, but by what it actually is, fundamentally, it is alright. Because these people were going to cause damage to society anyways. Like, no. You have the fucking gangs, they roam around, they cause a bunch of destruction, so you fucking take them all, bag them and tag them,